My wife is very inspirational and instrumental to what I do. And as a matter of fact, when I was traveling to US for the first time, my first time of traveling out of the country, I ensured that I did a work of art for her titled My African Queen. The work is there, the art is there.
Wow, that's very beautiful.
Yeah, I see the gaze, the elegance,
wow,
the fabrics and everything. Just so like, anytime she think about me, she can relate with the work I did for her. Through yearly program, I've been able to do a lot of, make a lot of progress and success here in Nigeria. And I remember when I was in the US, I was able to make contact with an international organization called ICEA, who are interested in having program for the internally displaced persons here in Nigeria. And through that, I was able to start working with them here in Nigeria, facilitating art therapy for refugees and children, women and young people who are displaced by Boko Haram. And going forward, over 10,000 children and young adults and women have benefited from that Healing Through Art program, thanks to Yali. You realize that I told you I work with children who are survivors of Boko Haram. You can imagine I go to an environment that is not really safe, as it were, that is dangerous, reaching out to children who are marginalized, children who are victims of Boko Haram insurgency, and trying to see how I can bring out something positive, something beautiful with their lives. Growing up in an environment like Mushin, like a slum, and I never imagined that one day I will be able to go to university, because I don't see myself going to university because of my challenges and the environment I grew up. But the fact is that art has been able to help me to navigate and make progress in life. Art has helped me to be able to break barriers and become established in what I do. Art has been able to help me to discover my essence of existence and be able to touch life and change destiny.
It is a quiet but scorching hot day in Wasa's camp for internally displaced persons, with many families still silenced by the trauma resulting from Boko Haram's menacing rampage in northeast Nigeria. Kunle and his Healing Through Art team arrive.
How are you? Okay, sit down. Have a seat.
I'm good at doing so. So yeah, so take this. Take this one. Okay, it's for you. So that be like this.
Encouraging them to express themselves, he teaches them how to apply the instruments of art.
Here, David. Right? And one of the things we use for children who are displaced, who have experienced a lot of trauma, is using art as a form of therapy. Using art as a form of therapy for them to help them overcome the challenges they've been through.
Children express that which their words cannot communicate. From Borno's Gwoza community, 13-year-old Zakaria paints his memory. A home, a helicopter, a soldier, a militant, and an armored carrier, all painted on a sea of red blood.
Having gone from one extreme and then you're now coming with this kind of positive energy, the vibrancy. Talk to us about what you've seen in terms of the response of these young children.
Okay, so for some of them, they were able to draw maybe their relatives that were killed by Boko Haram. Some of them were able to draw their houses set on fire. Because based on the drawing I'm saying, why their father and mothers were killed, they take away the children as child soldiers, then they burn their houses. And these are represented in some of the drawings they have. And as for me, art has been able to create a different experience for them, giving them an alternative The intention is to replace the horror they've experienced with something beautiful, something magical, something inspirational, and that's why we are here today.
I'm seeing several markers and colors which are very much reflective of the day we've had with you doing what you do best. And really, I'm very curious to know, given the impact you've made already, which has established you as one of Africa's recognized young leaders, what is your vision moving forward? What would you like to see happen, you know, in the Nigerian context within the next 5, 10 years as it relates to the work you're currently doing?
Thank you very much. So I'm someone that really believes so much in collaboration. That I believe that through collaboration you can actually achieve better results. And going forward, we've been able to make contact with Nigerian Medical Association for endorsement on arts in medicine program. This will allow us room to have forum and conferences where we can actually start talking about art in medicine, art in healthcare, art in hospital. This can become a conversation, because this is not what you hear, this is not what you see, but through what we're doing presently now. So that will really spark that conversation, and through that, policy can come into place where medical students who take art courses as maybe elective, as it were, so that can really help them to have a blend of art and medicine with what they do. And also even art students who also take some courses in medical field. And going forward, you realize that out of school, this knowledge, these skills can be useful. And also in addition to that, the fact is that we want art therapy to be part of the curriculum for medical students, for art students, for those who are in psychology, or those who are in sociology, because everything is all interrelated in one way or the other. So that is another way forward. And another thing is that in some hospitals or in Lagos, let's say using Lagos as a scope for Lagos is like Nigeria. Lagos is very big. Is that in every hospital there will be a safe space for creative engagement, where children and young people who are living with cancer will go into and explore and express themselves, bringing out something hopeful, meaningful in their lives.
Kunle Adewale continues to inspire others because he stays inspired himself by engaging with the spark of curious creativity stirring in his own soul. His infectious personality and heart for others make him one of Africa's future leaders. The reaction of so many young children to Kunle Adewale is something that will stay with me for a long time. Kunle has demonstrated that what was once regarded as a hobby can now be considered as a legitimate means of empowerment and tangible healing for the sick, in no small part due to the dogged determination of this young Nigerian.